Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is our general angel reading for the week of January 3rd through 9th of 2022. Cool, hey? We made it through the new year, and so here we are. And it's also new moon on, can't remember, the 2nd maybe, exactly. And so that with the energy of the new year and, everything that's gone on, our angels are saying that there's going to be other good times to do this, but this is the optimum time of this year, 2022, to let go of old stuff. It's heavy. It's dragging you down. Like, it just feels really heavy on my shoulders, that stuff that we've been dragging along and collecting up throughout the whole year of 2021. It's time to just let go of that. It's like a really heavy cloak that just kept collecting the dirt as we walked, right? And so throw off the cloak. We don't need that anymore. Don't need it for protection. We don't need it for space or time or for abundance. We don't need to haul all that with us. All that just naturally comes to us fresh and new whenever we need it. And so that's the message they're giving me for us, for right now. That's pretty cool. Okay. And with the new moon and stuff, this is a time to make new intentions for ourselves for the next, maybe not the whole year, but at least for the foreseeable future. How you want to be. Not necessarily what you want to do. How you want to be. Who do you want to be? Who are you? Those kinds of things, right? This is what we're looking at. No New Year's resolutions. This is not what the topic is. We're talking about self. Okay. All right. So let's see what the actual reading tells us. So protection. We always have protection. So that's just what they were saying. We can throw off that big, heavy cloak. We don't need that anymore for protection. We are already fully protected. And if we feel a little unsafe in some situation, well, we just talk to our angels and they come running and they protect us. That's how that works. And we don't need to carry extra along with us. We are anything that we ask for. So every day I ask Archangel Michael for protection for myself and my husband and everything we own. And then I ask for that same protection for our children and their families and everything they own, so that they can stay safe and warm and fed and, all that stuff. And so we ask for that every day. And then we don't need to haul it around, right? Because it's provided anew every day. Perfect. Okay, and here we have this manifestation, because that is the perfect energy. Again, that, once we get rid of all the baggage, then we can identify, what do we want? What do you want? What do you want? Go a little deeper. What else do you want? Go a little deeper. What do you want? This can be stuff. It can be possessions. It can be financial abundance. It can be home and people, relationships, and nourishment and health and personal growth, the ability to forgive easier, the ability to see other people with acceptance more than with judgment. Like, add your own stuff to that. Go a little deeper every single time and see where you get to. That's a really cool exercise to do. This is manifestation. So everything, even if you consider it to be like a fluffy I shouldn't waste energy on wanting that thing. Why not? Want it. Go ahead, want it. Let it come to you. Right? Like everything is worthy. Everything that you want is what you want. There's nothing wrong with that. As well as, going really deep and seeing what's the core of all this, right? Everything is worthy, as so are you. Okay. And once you kind of get to that point where you understand that there are no limits, then the magic happens. The magic happens. This is the divine looking after you, putting things in order, stacking it up right in front of you, what you're asking for, what you're manifesting, right? And they being angels, the energy, the source, the universe, whatever, however you want to say it, they just bring everything that is in your highest interest. How awesome does that feel? And it is magical. It is magical. This is the power of you. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. All right then, let's expect miracles. They're ours for the asking. Huh. Oh, that feels so good. Okay. All right. We have the most amazing, so we're only halfway through this reading, and the rest of them are just wow as well. Romance. Romance. Do you have your special honey? Do you? There is something in the air this week that will really deepen that romance. So you or your partner could be the one to create a romantic interlude. Do something really special for that other person, and maybe not just for the other person. Do it for both of you, right? Whatever direction you guys think romance goes, right? For some people, that's, what, he did my chores for me this weekend, right? Maybe that's a romantic thing. Or maybe it's that you book a weekend getaway for the two of you. Or, something like that, where you're putting other things, the day-to-day stresses, the day-to-day responsibilities, you're putting those aside for a little bit in order to focus upon each other and how much you love each other. That's what that's for. And it can be any stretch of time. It can be an hour, or it can be a whole weekend. It could be a long vacation. Whatever it is for you that fits your situation, maybe put a bit of time and effort into that. Okay? For those of you who are not currently in a relationship, but you want to be, keep your eyes peeled. There is somebody right on deck. You'll have to put a bit of effort into this as well, to looking for that person and discovering them. And going out to meet them, sitting home on your couch, it's not likely they're going to just come knock on your door, right? Especially if you haven't actually met them yet. So some of you have met them already. Some of you have not. And like I said earlier, some of you are already in that beautiful relationship that maybe it just needs a little tweak right now. There's been the sparks missing, or it's dim. Time to, set fire to that again, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Feels good. Feels really good to me. So here is forgiveness. And, it feels like that has a little bit to do, the people who are in this relationship already, it feels like part of the reason the spark is dim is because of a lack of forgiveness. There's something that you're holding on to that is not in your interest to hold. I mean, everybody has their thing, right? Their thing that they get triggered by, or they I don't know, that doesn't quite suit you, is really what it comes down to, right? It's a thing of theirs that was created from some experience that they've had, that you sit there and you go, oh, for God's sakes, just quit that already, right? Well, maybe they're not ready yet. What part you're in control of, though, is your choice to forgive, because they're not perfect. Or, maybe they did truly do something that hurt you deeply. Okay, it's time to talk about it. It's time to bring the light to it. It's time to forgive. And while you're at it, you forgive yourself for having responded in that way to them. The more you can forgive yourself, the less forgiveness to anybody else is required. Yeah. Yeah. So this forgiveness, this is part of this going forward. It's part of the manifestation. It's part of all the abundance. I guess, part of feeling good. If you can't forgive, you can't feel good. And that's our whole job here, is to feel good. So let the forgiveness come. Do some cord cutting. This is probably a process. It's not a one-time event, right? It's a process. So, letting go of the things a little bit at a time, letting go of control of the situation. You don't have to control everything, right? Somebody else's behavior is not yours to control. What they say, no matter to whom, it is not yours to control. It's up to you to offer forgiveness when you have been judging them. And you're offering the forgiveness to them, yes, because kind of you think that that's necessary. But truly, it's the forgiveness of yourself because you went and judged them again. Right? So as soon as you can stop judging, then the relationship really improves. Okay, all right. So, slightly different subject is friendships. Look after your friendships. I know your schedule's busy, you got lots on the go. I know it's hard for you to deliberately make time and effort and, space for friendships, but you need to do that this week. Yeah, and maintain that. Those friendships are more valuable than the things you've been spending your time on. Yeah, those friendships, those people, they've got your back. Why would you neglect that, right? And yet accidentally that's what's been happening. And so it's time to really pay attention to that. Those friendships need a little bit of attention. Okay, all right. And in turn, they will feed you. They fill you up. Treasure those. So I'm just hearing now they're telling me that's the people who've been spending less time and effort on the friendships. That's certainly not everybody. Some of you have really been having lots and lots of friendship time, and it's beautiful, and they're commending you for treasuring that. Yeah, that feels really good. Okay, so here we have the daily guidance cards, and one just flew right out. Cleanse and detoxify. Yeah, do a cleanse. In fact, okay, they're saying make a schedule for the year. Interesting. Where you're going to do different cleanses. Put this on your calendar. Put it on, as much as possible. Put it on days that you know already are going to work for that. You probably wouldn't do a bowel cleanse on the day you have a big presentation to do at work, right? So you schedule it maybe for a Friday night or a Saturday when you know that you're going to be home and will be able to dedicate some time to the bathroom. And so things like that. But so bowel, kidney, liver, what else? Just a water cleanse, gallbladder cleanse, do that. Schedule those things and then be very diligent about actually doing them. Some of you, you'll have to research first how to actually do that. There are herbs and things like that. Go to a health food store, ask them for advice, or a homeopathic practitioner or somebody like that, right? And find out how to do it. In the meantime, be very diligent about drinking lots of water, a little bit of sea salt in there, and the physical movement, getting that in, and your thoughts. Your thoughts. Cleanse and detoxify your thoughts. Now, cleansing your body is going to help cleanse your thoughts as well. They are intertwined. We cannot separate them, right? So, yeah, so do this. Clean up your world. Clean up your world. That's awesome. Okay, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much. And I love you. And I will see you next week.